Flanders is a densely populated region located at the North Sea and one of the most open economies in Europe. It has a strong industrial and logistics base, and it is home, as you probably know, to major international seaports such as Antwerp, Bruges, Ghent, North Seaport and Ostend. That means that in Flanders, every year, many millions of tons of materials are produced, imported and exported. So it is a challenging environment with opportunities for ambitious circular investors and stakeholders. Did you know that Flanders is for decades a frontrunner in recycling? Household waste is indeed recycled for over 70% for years now. Meanwhile, already 68% of industrial waste is also given a second life. If we add the recycling and reuse of construction and demolition waste, the recycling rate of industrial waste becomes as high as 79%. So where lies then the challenge for Flanders? The challenge is to make higher value strategies the new norm, in addition to recycling. That means using less materials from the start, extending the lifespan, and recycle residual flows. The Flemish government aims to make Flanders a circular frontrunner in Europe. It wants to reduce the material footprint of our consumption by 30% by 2030. Circular Flanders, the public-private partnership that coordinates the circular transition, gathered over 100 enthusiastic stakeholders around 6 strategic domains at its second State of the Union on 25th of April 2022. One of these domains is manufacturing. Manufacturing is an essential pillar of our economy and welfare. And the circular shift in manufacturing is fully supported by Industry Federation Agoria. A successful example is the company ETAP Lighting that introduced a circular business model together with redesigned products. And also the company Barco, world leader in visualization of data in complex business networks, has already been researching on embedding eco-design and circular solutions in the product design. For many other manufacturing companies in Flanders, including the ICT and Electronics sector, the circular journey and challenge will speed up in the years to come. The recycling and regaining of valuable materials in the IT and electronics sector already has a very strong foothold in Flanders. The plant in Flanders of the internationally active company Umicore accounts for 21% of the total European capacity for recycling lithium-ion batteries, mainly originating from old electronics, such as smartphones and computers. Today, the recycling and reuse of consumer electronics in Flanders is even aiming at zero waste.
Admire is a design company. We are a product design company founded in 2010. But in 2017, we started questioning ourselves what our responsibility as designers is. So that's where we started brainstorming and thinking about what we should do. And we came up with the idea that we, as a company, need to design out waste. So that's where we started focusing on sustainability and eco-design. And today, we help companies to design sustainable and circular product and packaging solutions and business models. We also developed a tool called Circulex that will help us identify and verify and compare different circular business models and their impact on the environment. We are also B Corp certified, so we are a business as a force for good company. The circular economy, it's not a question of if, but it's a question of when. From our belief, there's no other way. If you look back 100 years, we were much more circular than now. We had much more touch with the environment, but post-war economic growth and urge to extreme efficiency have led us blind for the environment, so we have to take back on that track. So the challenge for climate is complex, and we need to take all impact factors and impact indicators into account. So that's one big challenge I see, and the other is that the circular economy it's much more than just about business model. It's also about doing right. It's about transparency. It's about collaborating for the greater good. It's about giving back equally to what you take. It's about harmony, but it's also about people as much as it is about materials or energy.
Out of Use is a company specialized in the recycling and the reuse of old IT appliances. First of all, we are going to collect at the customer's place. Then we are going to check whether the appliances are reusable or not. If reusable, then they will come to this working bench and we will do the data wiping by means of specialized software. In the beginning of out of use, some 12 years ago, we only did the recycling of old IT appliances, but then we noticed that a lot of this material is perfectly reusable. And in the meantime, almost 30% of all appliances are reused now. That's why out of use is giving purpose to old appliances. The unique proposition of out of use is that we are a one-stop shop. So we take every material that is an electric appliance, we take with us and we recycle it or we reuse it. If we recycle it, we obtain a recycling quote of 89% that goes back to secondary material.
Good afternoon. My name is Niels Wagemaker and I'm the co-founder of Circular Industries. We started our company because there's a huge lack of specialized refining capacity for the recovery of raw materials from complex waste streams.
The idea of the blue lavage system came up when we learned from our customers, from hospitals all over the world, that after a replacement of an implant for a knee or a hip is thrown away after 2 minutes of use. That's to say, hundreds of thousands of batteries, of motors and electrical cable are thrown into the waste. This is no longer the state of art. And therefore we decided to split the plastic on one side and the pieces of high value on the other side. We have the drive unit, which can be used more than 150 times. We succeeded with the help of our engineers to create a product which we have now. It's called the blue lavage system. So it's no longer a single-use instrument. It's far away from the idea that you use something of high value after a few minutes and throw it into the waste. I just saw an old Indian saying, which means the world in which we live now is not our world. We have just borrowed it from our children. And I think this has to be in all our minds.
Utec was set up in 1996 and initially worked with OEMs to help reduce obsolescence and scrap by selling their excess manufacturing inventory such as systems and components. With the introduction of the WEEE regulations and with their established experience in the electronics sector, Utec offered a new solution for businesses to legally dispose of their electronics waste, which over time developed into offering reuse as a secure and environmentally sustainable method of asset retirement. We repair, refurbish and reuse approximately 200,000 products on an annual basis and actively promote the circular economy to ensure IT products such as laptops and PCs are kept in circulation for as long as possible and prevent the need for items to be needlessly recycled or landfilled. Utec has several community projects such as working with charities to help recover pre-loved IT and domestic appliances in their regions to provide much needed revenue and employability opportunities. However, the activities closest to our hearts are our education and employability programmes, where we work with schools to deliver practical, hands-on activities that enable pupils to think about what's inside their tech, how they can take care of it, and what they can do when they no longer need it. In addition, we provide employability opportunities for those furthest from the job market and for young people with additional support needs. Through these programmes, Utec support communities and charities to help educate, raise awareness and foster a sense of responsibility to ensure we keep products in use for as long as possible. We would actively encourage fellow businesses to reach out, particularly to charities, to support the collection of redundant IT equipment from home users and local businesses in their area, providing 100% of profit back to the charity.
We hope that the keynote today by Vito, the Flemish Institute for Sustainable Technological Research, will help us to envision how the future of ICT and electronics in Europe will be shaped and what further challenges and opportunities lie ahead. As Flanders Investment and Trade, the Foreign Trade and Investment Agency of the Flemish government, we team up with our research institutes, clusters and companies, and we focus on sharing our experiences with you and on boosting international sustainable cooperation. If you are interested to learn more about it or even join the Circular Drive in Flanders, just get in touch. We and our partners hope that you will have an inspiring travel stop in Flanders today and look forward to a fruitful exchange.